What's up, guys? Welcome back to T-Roy's Adventures. Today I'm out here with my survival bag. I'm going to show you some changes I've made to it, some additions, and why I chose to put the things in it that I did. This bag is the same one I've used for years. I've adapted it now to be a good urban bag as well as wilderness. So let's get right into it and I'll show you what I've done here. On the outside, I still have my E-tool. It's a good item to have. A little extra weight. If you don't want it, don't put it in there, but I use mine a lot. I like it, so I'm hanging on to that. On the side here, I still have my IFAK kit. We'll go over that and show you everything that's in this pack. Alright, so let's take a better look at this IFAK. I like this one. It opens like a clamshell. And this compartment, I know what I have in here. I know where to get to it, how to get to it quickly. And I know that my bandages are in here. I keep super glue in case I've got a busted finger, a cut. That'll heal it or seal it up really quick. So definitely keep that. I've got another way to stop bleeding here. And just open this pouch up, pour it in the wound, and stop the bleed. I've added some medication here. I'm not on any kind of medications. There's nothing I have to have, but I do get headaches occasionally, and if I'm out and if I have a headache or a fever, it's good to have ibuprofen. Allergy relief, especially in the springtime, that's good to have. And if you get some bad water or some bad food and get a case of diarrhea, it's definitely good to have some Imodium tablets. And inside this compartment, I have a tourniquet. I've got some bandages here, several pieces of gauze. There's an emergency blanket in here. Some foot cream, that's good to have. And if you get splinters, ticks, whatever, it's nice to have a good set of tweezers. Actually, I have two sets in here, a better set and the one that came with this kit. And I've got fingernail and toenail clippers in here as well. And this side, I got two different kind of scissors. I got some small ones here for cutting gauze and bandages, and medical shears here for removing clothing. And this kit came with this. It's just a survival knife. I guess it's good to have. In the back, there's an emergency bandage here, or Israeli bandage. This would control hemorrhaging. It's a good wound dressing. And there's also some gauze, or some more bandages in here rather. Two different sizes of bandages there. In case of emergency, a little bit of toilet paper. But that's it. That's what's in my IFAK. And what I need may be different than what you need. Obviously, if you're a diabetic, you want to keep some insulin in here, or if there's any medication you're on, you'll want to put that in this kit. But this kit works for me, and it's easy to get to. It stays strapped on the side of my pack, and it does have Velcro on the back, so it can rip it away quickly if I need to. That's my individual first aid kit. I've got my Baofeng radio. I picked this pouch up at a military surplus store. It works great. It's got the MOLLE straps on it, so it attaches easily to my bag. That's my radio.
Channel mode.
It's got the extended battery in it. This thing lasts forever. It's good to have because I can listen to FM stations and find out what's going on around me, as well as weather. And I also have a bunch of frequencies already pre-programmed in it, so I can communicate with people in my area. So that's definitely good to have. I got Sharpie and a highlighter on the front here, but we'll take a look at the bag now. On this front pouch, I like to keep things that I want to get to quickly. If it's dark, I need to be able to see what I'm doing, so I do have a nice headlamp here, as well as a regular flashlight. I got a lighter. You definitely need a big lighter because, you know, they work. If they don't work, I got a ferro rod. I can get a fire started pretty quick with this, so I keep that where I can get to it quickly. I'm in the city and I need to get some water from one of the spouts at a gas station or somewhere, I can use this sillcock key to open up the valve and fill my canteen up. So filter water. And I've got the mini Sawyer and a bag to collect water in and filter it. This compartment, which is the main compartment, if it's raining, I'll need to get my poncho on quickly, or if I need to set up a shelter really quick, this works great for that. That's part of my sleep system. Also have a rain fly here, a tarp. It's super lightweight and covers a large area. And the other part of my sleep kit would be a hammock. It's just a small one that works well. I can throw that up quickly and have a good night's sleep underneath the tarp if I need to. Need to have leather gloves. I use those a lot. Keep those where I can get to them quickly. And I keep this kit in here. It's almost like a survival kit in its own. It's got the canteen in it for collecting water, and that's also my cooking system. It has the canteen and the burner in the bottom, so yeah, I can burn sticks, put it over my fire and cook on this. Also has a front pouch, just a lid for it. In the front pouch I keep some waterproof, stormproof matches so I can get that fire going quickly. Spoon, fork set, and if I need to, I've got water purification and iodine tablets in here so I can purify water. So this kit works well for getting water, cooking food on, and it can also, I can take it out of the bag, put it over my shoulder, and just go with this. So I like this kit. That works well. Also in here I've got an emergency blanket. It's not very big. I think it's 5 by 6, but it is reflective, so I can throw this up and get some radiant heat off the fire. And it's lightweight, it doesn't take up much space, so it fits in my bag fine. So that's good for me. So as you can see, the emergency blanket makes a good emergency shelter. I just put up a ridge line here and toggled it off with some prusik knots, staked it down at the bottom, and I've got home for the night. This is my emergency poncho. I can fold that in half long ways and stuff it with all these leaves and make a nice padded mattress. But that's it, that's shelter. That's all of my sleep system in this main compartment. I also have, I keep in a bag, I've got a dry pair of socks as well as underwear. You gotta protect your feet for sure. I've got a battery backup. This thing works great. I've used it out for a couple of days before, and I was able to get 2 charges on my phone and still had some juice left into it. So keep the cord in there, just keep in the bag to keep it protected. But I found that's a good addition to my kit. A little bottle of hand sanitizer, and I also keep my food in this compartment. I've got enough food for at least a couple days. I like these. It's the Mountain House chicken and rice. I've got some breakfast stuff in here, scrambled eggs, and just to get some protein on the go, it's not a bad idea to keep some beef jerky in there because it lasts forever. Well, not forever, 2022, so I got plenty of time on that. And some peanuts. These don't last very long, but I keep this back in my truck and I use it quite a bit, so I keep recycling things in here and putting new food in it as it gets old. And not a must, but definitely a big morale booster is a coffee can. I keep some regular coffee in here and some instant coffee, so that's enough to go for at least a few days. And for hygiene, cleaning, it's always good to have a rag, so I keep a rag in this compartment as well. That's everything in the main compartment. And in the middle, oh, and by the way, this is a 34-liter bag made by Orca. I think last time I weighed this bag, it was 28 pounds or so, but it's way less now. I'll get that for you and include that in the description. But in the middle here, I use this quite a bit. Got my SOG wood saw. Works great. Folds up nice. So that's that. I've got some other goodies in here. This is good for scoping out where you're going to next. It's just a little monocular, and yeah, I can take a peep around the corner, take a look around far range and see where I'm about to go before I get there. Do some surveillance. That's that. I've got multi-tool. I mean, you can do everything with this. It's got tools I need to repair things. It's got of course pliers and wood saw, a knife, all kind of tools in there. So definitely good to have a multi-tool in urban and wilderness. Not necessary, but I did throw a pack of safety goggles in here. It's kind of wraps around your face, so if I happen to be stuck in the city, I need to get out. We've learned in the past that things can get pretty rough there. You know, it could be tear gas spraying around, or it could just be a smoke-filled room I'm trying to get out of, and you really need to protect your eyes, and it's lightweight, doesn't take up any space, so I recommend some safety goggles. For my flashlights, I do keep some extra AAA batteries. These last a long time, and I use those, so it's good to have. I got some hygiene stuff in here, some wet ones, wipes, for obvious reasons. Got a set of tent stakes. I use those quite a bit for my shelter, so that goes with my sleep system. I've got this as my waterproof container for my fire starting, and I keep some waterproof matches here. I've got some cotton balls soaked in Vaseline, and some fire starters here. I've used those quite a bit. It works great. Got a shemag. It's good to, as a face covering, a blanket. It's definitely good to have that, and it doesn't take up any space hardly at all. In the bottom I've got cordage, plenty of cordage. I like to use bank line. I've got some 550 cord, and this is my ridge line I use to set up that tarp. Quick deploy, that's already set up. So that's my cordage. I've got food covered, water, fire starting. There's one more compartment in the front here. And I've added some Gorilla Tape. There's a multitude of things you can do with this: repairing your gear, your tarp, roll it up and use it as fire starter, a bandage. So I like to have that. In this front compartment, I also have some hygiene things in here: toothpaste and toothbrush. I've used this recently on a trip. I forgot to bring my stuff, and I realized I had my survival bag, so I was able to take care of myself. Some Goldbond, for obvious reasons. Won't go into that. I've got soap. I have hand sanitizer, but hand sanitizer don't really clean your hands. Kind of need some soap for that, and this is just a little small vial, and I use that quite a bit. N95 mask, everybody needs those nowadays, and to keep the dust out of you. I got a chem light here, another emergency blanket, a little small one. I've got a writing pad with a pencil here to take notes. Zip ties, I've also got some of those in there. That's nice for setting stuff up, making repairs, multitude of reasons. I've got some navigation equipment in here, lensatic compass. I do have maps in the back compartment of my bag, and this can help me get to where I need to go. I also have the one that goes on the map. It also has a magnifying glass on the front that works well for starting a fire. So also for navigation, I've got some pace counting beads, or ranger beads. I know my pace count, and I've used these quite a bit to mark off how far I've been. And that's a lifesaver, and it doesn't take up any space either. At the bottom I've got my fish kit here, which contains some hooks, some floats. I got some rubber worms and some weights. This works. I've used that recently and was able to catch fish no problem. Also in this compartment I've got a small flint steel, and let's see, here we go. And I've got this. I can start a fire pretty good with this. Yeah, so I've got the flint steel and a little piece of chert here. Can throw some sparks pretty good with that. It's a good backup to have in case everything else fails. You can certainly get a fire started with this, and it just goes in this little kit. What else do we have in here? Knife sharpener. It's definitely good to have. Keeping your knife sharp. A dull knife is very dangerous. And I've got some little fold-up scissors in here. Take up any space. That works great. So that's pretty much it for this bag. I think I've got my water filtration covered. I've got plenty of food in here to last at least a couple of days. I've got 4 different ways to start fire, 2 different ways to acquire water in the city with the sillcock key and the Sawyer Mini. I've got the sleep system. I've got multiple ways. It may even be overkill. Honestly, I could probably just go with this, and that's my shelter, but a good night's sleep goes a long way. I've got hygiene taken care of and first aid. So all in all, I think this kit is pretty good. I'll keep making adjustments to it, adding stuff, taking things away. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.